So the question is, can you drift an RX8? Nah. I've been getting a lot of comments and views on my RX8 drift footage on YouTube, and I thought it was only fair I did a tech feature about it. This is my 2004 RX8.
Yeah, I'll be glad when you're dead, you rascal, you. I'll be glad when you're dead, you rascal, you. When you're dead and in your grave, no more women will you crave. I'll be glad when you're dead, you rascal, you.
And I bought it for about £500, the idea being built like a practice skid car. I'll be honest with you, at the time there wasn't much people drifting these. I wasn't seeing much footage on YouTube of them being drifted, and we didn't really know how it was going to work. Car to drift, not really. The electric steering rack lets it down a bit. The chassis is a fantastic chassis. It's very grippy. Unfortunately, it's made of paper. It's horrible material it's made out of, and it weighs about the same as a planet. But it's got a lot of potential, and there are things you can do to make it easier to drift, and it's capable of linking corners. Whether it'll ever be a competition car in standard form, I don't know, but I like it. I like driving it. So, this is my Wankel, 13B twin rotor MSP engine, multi-side port, and this is a 6-port version which gives 230 horsepower at 9,000 RPM. I've kept the modifications pretty basic. They're just bolt-ons. It's had a full eBay manifold, full eBay decat pipe, and an eBay special exhaust, which does fine. It gives it a lot more torque. Panel filter. And the main maintenance things are filter change and oil change, spark plugs, HT leads, and the coil packs, because the coil packs do go and give a nasty misfire. The latest thing I did was I deleted the air pump that goes in here. I'm not sure if that was a mistake or not. The idea was the car puts out big flames the way it is. Delete the air pump, which pumps air down to the exhaust for emission purposes. Delete that, and I was hoping that I'd get even bigger flames, which I did. But unfortunately, the bigger flames have led to another misfire, and I don't know where the misfire, what's happening. It keeps going into limp mode. I think it's the biggest downside to the RX8. Everybody complains about the engine being unreliable. I've had no problems, no hot start issues with the engine, the amount of limiter smashing I've been doing, the amount of heat that's been through the engine, and it's still going, but the electrics are starting to let it down. If it picks up a fault, it goes into limp mode, and that's your drift day done, unless you can find the fault. Don't be shy with the 2-stroke, fire it in. A bit of pre-mixing helps the engine, don't be shy. Put a couple of gulps in. It's actually been proven with dyno testing, and it adds a little bit of power running, 2-stroke. Don't believe me? Google it. The car's dropped in these HSD coilovers. The coilovers are good, they're just a bit expensive for a skid car, but they work fine. The steering has been modified. I've modified the hub. I've cut about 20mm out the hub arm and shortened it. And I'm running Jap speed tie rod ends. It's meant to be bump steer eliminating, but I wonder how good they work when the lock's right round like it is here. The car's got plenty of lock. It's not 3D scan WiseFab lock, but It does the job for a skid day. You do have to watch with the ET you're running on your wheels. At the moment I'm running an ET0 and the wheel's still rubbing the lower arm. It would be recommended to put aftermarket lower arms because I think there is more potential for lock out the standard hubs. To help with drifting the RX8, you're better to delete the ABS and the traction control. So if you check around the back of the front hub, if you just disconnect one of the ABS sensors, it's enough to switch off the ABS. And this little box here in the middle of your back seats has something to do with the traction control system. So if you just unplug that, it deletes traction control properly. RX8s from standard come with a LSD, but I found drifting with the standard LSD it offered to open up. It was a bit inconsistent, so I went and just welded the back end so that both wheels turn at the same time, and it gives you a lot more consistency. Now you'll notice in the back at the moment I've got these really lovely Nissan wheels that I'll be honest kind of ruin the look of the car, but you can spend 600 to £1,000 on different diff ratios. You can alter the gearing in the car by just working on your wheel size and your tyre profile at the back. Now I've tried every tyre from a 225/40 right the way up to a 225/55. You'll be honest, you'll drift in all of them. My favourite wheel to drift on is actually an 18-inch with a 225 tyre on the back. The gear ratios work really well with it, and at Crail it was up in about third gear, drifting fine. Alignment wise in the car, I've achieved all my alignment with standard arms. So the back's been straightened up for toe. I've taken as much camber off the back as I can. Now I've run full caster at the front. With electric steering, you're maybe better pulling the caster back a bit because the steering's quite quick as it is. Camber wise, I've pushed the lower arm right out, which gives you full camber, which helps the wheel when it's on full lock with my modified hubs. Bodywork wise, let's not talk about bodywork. Up front, I'm running my GR6s. These are 18 by 9.5, and they're actually Nissan fitment. They're off my Sylvia. They've got an ET30 offset, and I'm also running a 30mm spacer to give it an ET0. The car front track's really wide. It's about the same width as my Sylvia with my Geomaster hubs and my extended lower arms. The tyres are, I'm actually running Eagle F1s, Goodyear Eagle F1s in the front, 235 by 40s, but you could run 225s, probably do the same job. Because you're limited with power with the RX8, one thing you can do to help performance is shed some of the weight. The car weighs 1400 kilograms out the factory. I've managed to pull 200 out by taking out like the leather seats, the interior. It's a real shame. This car was the full like GT spec. It had the sat nav that pops up out the dash, and it had the fancy heated leather seats, and I ripped them all out and threw them away really. So I've added a bucket seat and custom rails, Takata harnesses for Japan, and a Driftworks hydraulic handbrake. It's good, it works really well, locks up good. The RX8's got good back brakes for standard. The way I've done that is, there's two independent brake lines run to each hub, each caliper. And what I've done is I've teed them both together to run through the hydraulic handbrake. And it seems to work fine. The car locks up. Obviously, if you're on the handbrake and you put your foot in the brake pedal, it offers to jam up the handbrake. It's not as good as a independent caliper setup like some of the more pro cars. Thanks very much for watching. If you've got any comments or anything I maybe have missed out, or if you'd like to know anything about any of the things that I've spoken about in this video, please put them below. I'll try and answer them the best I can. If you like the series of films I've been doing, please subscribe. I'll try and get some more up for you. If you're interested in Scottish Drift Championship, check them out on Facebook or Driftland. A lot of my videos are filmed at Driftland or Afford Speedfest. I've been Stuart Cowie. Thanks very much for watching. What? Shit. So the car's a 6-speed manual and... oh, what's that? Oh, it's my SDC license. I don't know how it got in there. It was actually probably my best qualifying lap, and I just scraped through with 62 points to get my SDC license to compete in the championship this year. Oh, it's strange how it was in there. Top tip for you, if you use the same removable boss on your skid car as you do in your drift car or your road car, you can use the same steering wheel. You're welcome.
Well done, excellent, very good.
Losing it. Fucking losing it. So these are my rotary GRC. What's that? Oh, it's my SDC license. I wonder who put that there. It's no, not really. I don't know what they make these RX8s out of. It's not metal, it was a D-Lam tyre that did that. They're paper. Everybody complains about the
He's bad to the bone. Ain't you, Tyrone?
Of course I am.
Tyrone's going to be driving for us. He's done a rally driving course. Ain't you, Tyrone?
Of course I have.
A natural fucking idiot. Tyrone, what you done?
I know it's not really two strokes, cut a bloody prop. Because my projects are all sensible and they never run crazy.